Welcome back to episode 3 of Real Leverage, guys. Today we're diving into the world of AI, why it's not going to take over your job, but why you need to start learning how to use it today. Cole, why don't you fill in our viewers what we were just talking about, right? Topic of the day. Everybody's scared of AI. They don't know what to do. Is it going to take over your job? Is it not? What do you need to do to prepare? Why don't you fill in our viewers why it's not going to take over your job tomorrow?
Yeah, great question, Tyler. I mean, unless AI grows legs and arms tomorrow and hops on our computer to code, it's not going to take us over. So we have some time, so do not fear.
It's okay.
But that being said, if you don't leverage AI's capabilities and help it in your day-to-day activities, you will be replaced by someone who has the ability to do that.
100%.
And that gap's already closing extremely fast. I mean,
keep reading online. Moving forward, you might go to university and get a degree in ChatGPT prompt engineering, which is a crazy concept, but it just goes to show how where it's headed, right?
Precisely. And I mean, we've even experienced that this weekend with our data compilation and how it saved us hours of work. And we worked 32 hours that weekend to finish.
Is that what it finished at? Yeah.
Totally. So it's something that is necessary, but you shouldn't fear it.
That's right. I mean, it's like anything that's scary, right? Like you're afraid of AI, but you need to kind of accept the reality, right? AI is not going away. It is only going to get more prominent moving forward. I can't imagine what life's going to look like with AI in 30 years, but you need to accept the fact of the matter that moving forward, you need to know how to use it.
I 100% agree. And I think especially for this generation, I mean, and when I mean this generation, I mean 18-year-olds to, let's say, 40.
Yeah.
It has the potential to disrupt your job.
Yeah.
So understanding and how to utilize it's going to be crucial. And that's why this topic is something we were so excited to talk about, because going forward, it's going to be present for the rest of our lives and careers.
100%. Isn't it interesting, right? Like I remember first using ChatGPT like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago now, whatever it was. And I don't even know like how well I was using it back then, but I thought it was interesting and I kind of forgot about it for a year or so. I kind of took a little bit of break from whatever I was doing with it and pivoted and now coming back to it, now using it every single day. Like, I don't know if you've checked your computer stats or not. Like, I think I'm on ChatGPT almost 6 hours a day. Yeah. It is like crazy how much it's pushed us forward in our capital markets career already. And, every which way we use it, it is so efficient.
100%. And you and I have already done this. We've built courses in sales, marketing, negotiation, even a little beginner course on networking, just to kind of smooth out the edges. And it has been proven to be extremely effective.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's interesting, right? Like you'd think, you can summarize books and, learn, you can say, write me a 10-page book, consolidating a 200-page book with all the most important information. And like you do that, that's going to save you so much time, or like learning something, or like imagine trying to create like a course for yourself by doing like research on a topic, like trying to create like a mini sales course, because you don't want to buy $1,000 sales course, right? And what would you do? You'd scan the web, you'd read so many articles, probably read books, build a little course for yourself, even if you're going to give it to your friends. And now it's like ChatGPT, build me a course and, use the normal model and, it'll spit something out within like 2 to 3 minutes or whatever, if you want a pretty good course. Where you go agent mode, you give it 30 minutes and it like sends you like a full actual course which you can download and like read through, test questions, scoring, and like, it's just insane.
It is insane. I mean, I have a test with ChatGPT tonight about the capital market, so that's perfect. Right? I brought that up. But even the features with voice, where you and I are cold calling ChatGPT and saying, be the meanest broker on the block, be a fund manager who doesn't want anything to do with us. And it gets us thinking, and we have to adapt quickly. And man, ChatGPT to this date is still the hardest person I've ever tried to sell.
Really?
100%.
Interesting.
By far.
That's great though, right? I mean, you're getting those practice calls, and I mean, I'm doing the same as well. I haven't been making any like actual calls yet, but doing the practice, like it's amazing, like how many reps you can get in without actually blowing it with real people on the other end. Like how far that could propel you. You could spend like 6 months practicing with ChatGPT, working through your script. Have 15 questions for each stage of the sales process. I mean, I know we even have sales courses with certain NEPQ questions and And like just being able to work through that and like pretend you're cold calling AI and telling ChatGPT to act differently every time and maybe decide. I'll even say like mid conversation, before we do this run, see how I'm doing and then respond accordingly. And it can change its tone or its interest in the conversation. If I'm selling really well, then it might be more receptive. Or if I kind of blow it, it'd be like, I'm not interested in talking to you. And then I'm like, well, shit, what do I say now?
And it's amazing because it's so picky, but it gets you honed in on your craft, right? I mean, you and I are obsessed with ChatGPT for the fact
Maybe
that
it's a problem.
maybe it's a problem, but it's honing in our skills. And last episode we talked about how we want to be constantly developing and improving our skills. ChatGPT is the tool for that, and it's accelerating our progress. Again, like 100%. You said, I mean, 6 months in the capital markets, anything I did not understand regarding to cap table structure or even the NI 43101s, which for our viewers who don't know is a complicated document about a mine and its geology and all that. I don't know how else to put it so simply, but it will go through that entire document and dumb it down so you understand it. And it's so vital in our careers now. We don't even need to be Excel sheet wizards because we have ChatGPT.
No, I mean, to speak on that, right? Last week when we had to build out a pretty extensive bunch of information in Excel, and I used ChatGPT to write code for me to build out the Excel. It had like 6 tabs, like tons of functions, and use like moving everything tab to tab the information. And it's like instead of learning how to use Excel and watching YouTube videos and trying to struggle, like, man, that would have taken me forever. And I had some problems with the code and stuff, but then you just screenshot the error and it writes you new code to fix it. It's like solely from using AI writing code, I was able to build out like a relatively not complicated but sufficient Excel CRM in a few hours. And then on top of that, how we used AI to fill in the Excel CRM with all the information, like using the agent mode. It just came in and did it for us, which, I mean, that's an awesome feature, but it is a little slow for now. I'm sure it'll get way more efficient over time. But maybe to contrast against the non-agent mode, we found that some of the information does slip if you ask it to gather like a massive amount of information. So it's not perfect yet.
It's not perfect, and that's why you should still develop the skills yourself. And I mean, everyone says don't rely on AI 100%, but how we're going about utilizing it is taking the tasks that are repeatable so we can focus on something bigger.
That's right.
If we need to cold call a client or something, we're going to give ChatGPT the task to build up the Excel sheet with the CRM so we can work on something bigger that's more productive for whatever company we're working on that will create long-term value.
Yeah, exactly.
So in that regard, it is perfect, but you do need to check its data, which can be time consuming as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it just depends what functions you're using, I guess, with it. But yeah, the agent mode is pretty sweet. I've been kind of trying to think, how can I efficiently, or what can I get ChatGPT agent on every day when I'm at my desk? Because it's our third business partner, our third and fourth business partner, right? You can use it all the time, and we do. But integrating the agent mode, you can get it doing work for you in the background all day, every day. And I'm not at that point yet, I guess, where I really need to. I find it way more valuable just for like teaching me skills and learning stuff and planning and everything amongst there, which we'll probably dive into more. But it's like, as I get busier and there's more administrative tasks I need to do, how can you just get agent working 10, 12 hours a day on your computer while you're also working on your computer or on the phone?
Well, I'm sure that will excel quite quickly.
Yeah.
Agent does still have some flaws. But I mean, even you and I, we are such why this, we have to know the why and everything. ChatGPT has been a lifesaver.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, I have 2 tabs open. One is just strictly ChatGPT. And it's like, why did this stock do that? This is what I think. And it tells me if I'm right or wrong. And again, the why behind it, which I feel like is the most important part.
For sure. I mean, the information it gives you is just, it's awesome. And, you should verify stuff, of course, but I don't even really use Google anymore. And I know it's kind of like a meme, like, oh, old people use ChatGPT for Google. Like, it is so much more than that. Explore that, but also use it for Google, because it's just so much better. You ask a question or like, teach me something, instead of watching like 3 separate YouTube videos and scrolling through 3 or 4 websites on Google to understand something. You literally say, just teach me this, or I want to learn something. So great.
I agree. And I think I understand why people are scared of it, because it seems like this ultra smart human being that's going to take everyone's jobs over. It's not that. but it's a tool. You got to think of it as an extension to Excel that's going to make you better, or an extension to Google Docs that is going to help you proofread your document before you send it out. It is a tool that is going to make you a better performer to your company in whatever way.
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. You need to start getting a good understanding of it. If you aren't, don't be scared. It's okay, but you need to learn how to use AI. It'll push you forward beyond whatever you can imagine. I couldn't imagine 6 months ago, when I started really using it day in, day out, how far it would progress me down this line of understanding everything about the capital markets and business, personal branding, marketing, sales, everything. It's just progressed me so far.
And yeah, to build on that point too, it's been the exact same thing. I mean, when I was taking my CSC and knew nothing about the securities industry, I'm going to give ChatGPT all the credit for the reason I passed level 1.
There you go.
Obviously, I didn't use it on the test, but every single page of that book I put into ChatGPT and I said, dumb it down so I can have a solid understanding.
Right.
And I only it took a month for me to understand everything in that textbook, which is a 2-page book.
Yeah.
So, I mean, use it efficiently. Don't be scared of it because it can excel your career as well, like we said. I mean, it's already accelerated our career in the capital markets, and we don't have a degree. So that is a tool we'll be utilizing for the rest of time.
100%, right? Yeah, it's interesting to see. Been like 4, 5, 6 years ago. I'm sure it was around. I'm sure AI's been around for quite a long time, and the models like that. But I wasn't using it back then to learn about business and finance and everything. It's interesting because I spent all those years reading books, watching YouTube videos, reading articles, just teaching myself, looking at the stock market, and I learned a lot. But yeah, just really grinding on using ChatGPT all day, every day to teach me and get more in-depth understanding across these topics. Probably say I've learned more in the last 6 months about business as a whole than I have for the last 6 years, just because it's so efficient.
I 100% agree. And even now, where we're trying to build our personal brands, we've only been at this for 2 weeks, but ChatGPT has told us so much and criticized us. What we need to do better, even from our podcast setup to our audio to how we're sitting, all of that. It's our biggest critic.
Yeah, it is, which is a great thing to use it for as well. You don't just need to teach yourself, a topic, learn about marketing. Teach me about marketing, ChatGPT. You can also say, here's what I'm currently doing. How do I make it better? I mean, we do that all day, every day. Like you said about the podcast, we have a multi-year roadmap for growing the Real Leverage brand and how that's going to develop over time. And it just keeps us really focused in that regard. And then critiquing what we're currently doing with the setup. I'm sure we've both done. I know I have. I'm sure you have too. Where, this was episode 2. What's wrong with it? It's okay, well, you need better lighting, which we're working on. You'll see our studio will get better. We're working on that right now, which is really exciting. Looking forward to sharing more with you guys. And being in the new studio will be nice, but it's okay, let's upgrade the lighting. Let's get better chairs. Let's get better audio. Although we've already made strides from episode 1, quick review on ChatGPT, 5 minutes, and it's just spit me out an image. I could even share the image. It's kind of funny what it made us look like.
Yeah, Luke had some things to say about my image. You're wow, what a replica.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
But yeah, don't use it if you want to edit facial features on yourself. I'll tell you that. I tried to use it for a business profile one time.
Yeah. Humbling,
very humbling, to say the least. But exactly, and to touch on our biggest critic again, even sending a cold email, or something we should probably do is when we're doing a cold call, recording it and sending it to ChatGPT so it can actually hear and analyze what the hell we did.
To give you guys an example of a course or a book, I've used AI to kind of generate for me to help me in my learning. We're both big fans of Jeremy Miner, his selling techniques, the new model of selling. And anyway, so I got the Black Book, which is basically a 100-page rundown of the best questions to ask in different industries based on his idea of how you should be selling. Don't sue me, Jeremy, but I put the Black Book into ChatGPT and said, rewrite this, but for my industry specific. And it just gave me back a smaller version, but all the questions that I should be asking through all the stages of the sales process on the cold call or on the inbound call. And then I could just, instead of sitting there for hours and trying to understand and write out, what questions do I think would be good? It just threw me lists of questions. And, I can remove the ones that I don't think are good, but it's all really good. And it can read a 100-page book in 10 seconds.
And to build on top of that, I used it 3 or 4 months ago for a book I read, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you haven't read that book, it's a phenomenal book. But once I finished the book, I got about halfway through, so I didn't finish it. I told ChatGPT to summarize the most important points and make me a course on that so I could focus my skills on those specific chapters or whatever it wanted. And then as well as, I mean, we're big fans of Gary Vee, Ryan Serrant, and Alex Mosey.
That's right.
So I got it to make a course that we're both using right now for our personal brands, teach us step by step how they built their brands and business. So we're still early in that process, but
No, it's good. It's interesting. Exactly. Just basically analyzed how they become successful, like built their brands, monetize those brands, and then how does that kind of wheel look? And although they're very different people, the system or the model is kind of the same, right?
it is quite similar for sure. And one helps us identify now when we watch them, what are they doing, what do we pick up? But also, if we follow this roadmap, not exactly, but we'll gain the skills necessary to emulate what they did.
Exactly.
So it's
I mean, that's the best way to follow or become successful, I guess, right? Like, I mean, we do that so much as we talked about last episode, probably talk about every episode, how we're always analyzing, seeing what they do, right? Seeing how they become successful. They follow different paths, but it's the same system. We're trying to implement the same system.
I agree. I mean, to date, I probably have made and deleted 15 roadmaps. Ross Beatty, Robert Freeland, Frankie Arista, just all the big guys in our industry for mining specifically, just how I could replicate a career similar to them.
Right. And even if you don't follow that religiously for the next 40 years like they did and how they built their careers, one, who cares if you delete it? It only takes 15 minutes to whip up. Exactly. Two, the information's great and you can learn a lot. And that's a big thing, right? Even if you do delete it, you still have now seen how someone has had a successful career, what they've done and what works. And now you know that.
Precisely. And their processes were all different, but how they identified opportunities. And again, ChatGPT can go into that as well. If you ask, how did Frankie Arista identify specific opportunities? It will break down how he did it and why and what made him different, which then you can incorporate into your own kind of playbook. And now you got that new outlook, I guess, in business or whatever. I certainly have since doing those roadmaps.
Yeah, most definitely. It's very insightful. Now you understand, our opinion on AI, where we're using it, where you should be using it. Maybe let's explain to them a little bit about why we're not so afraid of it, not only because we are using it day to day and it's progressing us tenfold. Let's tie it into the personal brand, right?
Yeah. So personal brand and why we're using it. I mean, what we're trying to do here, again, like Tyler said, is build a personal brand. So we're the face of the business, real leverage. That is irreplaceable. ChatGPT, I mean, I dare them to generate a model of us that can talk and emulate everything.
Exactly.
Maybe it comes to that point, but I mean, we won't use them and we're not going to be a cartoon.
No, exactly. Until that day comes, right? I mean, we kind of touched on this in prior episodes, but it's so true. Like diving more back into like building a personal brand today or starting today is so essential because AI is coming. It is going to, kind of push people out of certain roles. But like I said in our first episode, you need to be the go-to person in your niche, in your industry, online with that personal brand. Otherwise, someone else will, or someone will just go to ChatGPT.
Yeah, to jump back onto why we're not afraid of AI is, I mean, we're building the skills in sales, marketing, networking, which is all very people-based. Right. And as AI does develop and potentially disrupt some jobs and industries, people are going to thrive on that human connection more than they ever have. I mean, our generation is the most anti-social generation, but it's going to force us to get over our shells.
100%. Yeah, I think it's going to do some sort of weird switch where everyone's just slowly becoming more antisocial. I mean, I hear all the old people all the time tell me our generation sucks and we're all on our phones. But yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen in 40 years. Is it going to be so bad we're all just wearing meta glasses in the metaverse all the time, or is AI just going to take too big of a swing and it's going to kind of change where you do want to have that human connection more because there's been such a lacking of it? And I could maybe see a scenario where that does happen, or at least with a good bunch of people, and that kind of incorporates why we're building these personal brands now, so people know who we are and the metaverse comes in and takes over.
I agree, and that's, I guess you could call our big bet, is that with technology becoming more in our everyday lives, we're betting on people thriving again for that human connection, and we're going to be right there with our personal brands where they'll want to do business with us, or even just go for a conversation or collaborate in some way because we're a familiar face and we're a human.
That's right. I think that's part of what maybe makes us such a big threat, kind of disrupting, sure, this industry, but the industries we're going to kind of pursue our careers in, which might change over time, is we're building these personal brands. We're getting known online as these people, but we're still using AI and ChatGPT every single day to leverage our skills and progress our careers. So we're doing both and combining them, and that's pushing us so much faster than any other way.
And it's quite exciting because it's just a win after win after win. Every week we're improving faster and faster and faster. And like we talked about in a previous episode, how we wrote what we messed up for the week or what we accomplished. Even throwing that into ChatGPT and saying, how can I improve on these things?
Right. Like in the podcast, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, using the editing software you use, Descript, it literally does it uses AI to grab subtitles, right? I can throw a 30-minute video and copy all those subtitles and put it into ChatGPT and say, where did we mess up? What was the problem with this conversation? Did it lack focus? Did we kind of, follow our plan and then go off of it and come back? Or were we using too many filler words? Reading those subtitles kind of hurts. I do the editing on the podcast and I say the word like 1,000 times. I just literally said it again in that sentence. It's just funny. That's a use of AI within the editing software.
And it all comes down to how we as people strive in business and life to constantly improve. So AI truly for us is the greatest tool alive because we are always going to be striving for the next big thing, next big dream, whatever it is.
That's right.
Tyler and I are here and ready to do it.
Yeah, we're always going to be pushing that needle forward. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening or watching wherever you guys are. This is the Real Leverage Podcast. Next week, we'll be diving into content creation and our struggles so far along, even though we're only 3 episodes in. Again, utilizing ChatGPT and other softwares. We've been learning a lot, so we want to share with you our struggles.
Thanks for watching, guys.